Hi, I'm Turner, and this is Indian Hen Outdoors. Today we're going to be doing a follow-up on the Sportsman's Guide gear climbing tree stand. If you want to see how to assemble this, because the directions are terrible, go to my first video on this YouTube channel. We do kind of a brief unboxing and overview, and I'll show you how to put it together. This is a more comprehensive review now that I have actually used it in the woods. So there was a couple of people in the comments that had talked about buying this and said it was terrible. It wasn't what I said it was. So let me clarify. Now that I have used this stand for a couple of months now, there are some issues, and I'm going to show them to you. But I still stand by, this is a good tree stand for the money. We're talking about $130 shipped to your door. Yes, if you have a Summit Viper, it's going to be a better stand. It costs more money. If you have a old man or a lone wolf or whatever it is you like to hunt out of and compare it to this, it should be better. They cost more money. But this is entry level. This is as cheap as you can get and still be safe, I think. So I still stand by, for the money, it's a good buy. If you're in a part of the world where maybe deer hunting's not as big as it is down here in the South, there may not be an opportunity for you to buy good used climbing tree stands like a used Summit Viper. If you are down south, maybe that's the way you should go. A good quality used Summit stand you can probably get for around $250, and maybe that's the way to go if you're just starting out. And that stand is super comfortable and will last you for years to come. But if you can't buy a used stand and you're on the tightest of budgets, which most of us are, this is still a good option. Now, that being said, there are some issues that could be a lot of aggravation or even some safety issues, so I'm going to get into that right now. Okay, for starters, the directions for this stand are horrible. It basically doesn't have directions. That's why I made my first video telling you how to assemble it. So, what I want to tell you is the biggest issue right out of the gate is, like a lot of tree stands, these teeth are not sharp enough. They do not bite into the tree. I realize they probably did that for safety purposes, but what I would do is I would take a grinder and I would actually cut on those teeth and make them sharper to help bite into the tree, especially the top piece. I've had a lot of trouble as I'm adjusting my tether for my my harness, me bumping this stand and it just kind of moving about and falling around my feet. The second thing, this stand will collapse, as I showed in my first video. See these nuts here? It's a steel nut with a plastic wing on it. Well, immediately, the bottom one broke and got stuck. That's why you see this pin is here. One, it's an extra, but two, there's actually a pin hole here. I don't know if that's just to keep your extra pin or if they actually figured this might happen. But I got into the woods one day and this was stuck on here and I couldn't get it back off, and I had to get a pair of pliers to get it on and off, and that can be very aggravating when you're deer hunting. And if you lose these, then you have to stick the pin through it, which I don't know how safe that is. So something to keep in mind, these do break, and that can be some aggravation, so you either have to carry some pliers with you. I wouldn't use this pin. I'd go to Tractor Supply and get a thicker pin. You could put that in there, or you just leave the stand popped up all the time, which makes it a bit of a aggravation to carry around on your back. Okay, up next, the foot straps leave a lot to be desired, and again, there's no directions to tell you how to do it, so I put mine like so, a buckle on each side so I could put my feet in an adjustment, and then I tied them together with a square knot up top. They don't really hold anything, this piece, okay? But the reason I done that is so I could take this strap and run it through there and tie it to the top piece for my safety strap. So in the event that the bottom piece falls off my feet come out of the stirrups, that I can pull this back under me. Now, that being said, don't do what I did and leave entirely too much slack in this strap, because two things will happen. One, as you climb, this will find its way around here and get stuck in between the stand and the tree, and it's very irritating. Secondly, and more dangerously, the stand will fall off your feet like it did me, and this is way too long. The stand falls 6 feet under you, and you're up there precariously trying to reach down and pull it back up to you. So this really should be about this length, I would say. Maybe, I don't know, 24 inches, I'd say. That gives you enough room to climb, enough room to pull your stirrups up, but it won't interfere with anything. But in the event that this does fall, it's at a safe distance. You can pull it back up, or you can simply drop down to it and grab the top piece. Finally, with any affordable stand, I don't care who makes it, a steel climbing stand is heavy. This, and dressed out the way I had it, it was north of 30 pounds. So it's a bit cumbersome, it's a bit loud. I still stand by the seat's pretty comfortable to me. Again, I am 6 feet tall, 245 pounds, and there's still plenty of room, and I can kick back, and it's very comfortable to me. I have no complaints about the seat. I know some people don't like the seat on these. It is what it is. You get what you paid for. So if you're watching this and you're new to hunting and you need a climbing stand, this is a perfectly good option, and it's a really good price. Watch my first video on how to assemble it. Take care on assembling it and your safety strap, and you'll be just fine. But for me, this is a good backup. I'm probably going to leave it in the woods on one of my properties for this hunting season, just to have there. But as far as serious, hardcore public land hunting where I walk quarter of a mile, half a mile, sometimes a mile, this is probably not something I want hanging on my back. It's just a little too heavy for me. But again, if you're new to hunting, or you're a weekend warrior and you know, you only go a couple times a year, it's the perfect option for you. So until next time, I'm Turner. Thank you for watching, and God bless. This has been Indian Hen Outdoors.